I have a comedy legend with me today. Vanessa Hollingshead is here.
It's my absolute pleasure to be here.
It's way too early to be drinking.
Oh,
Now you're let's
not
go.
with the way I used to drink. I'd
Oh
start
no, I
at
know. I got some.
o'clock. I took hot yoga as a way to calm down. I stopped drinking a while ago, and
Okay.
my friend suggested, you'll feel high when you leave the class. It's just that it's 90 minutes and it's 110 degrees. And
Whoa.
I actually ended up drinking in the yoga class, which was
Did
That
you
was pretty
really?
bad. Yeah, yeah. No, I couldn't. I had a hard
That's
time
funny.
balancing. And I didn't realize that the Cabernet was coming out of my pores. But it was a fun class. I took it with another comedian friend. I think we're both a little under the influence, and we took the yoga class.
Always trying to get off on substance.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, like if I tell people I'm addicted to soft vanilla Carvel ice cream with the cherry bonnet. Addicted. Like I remember I was doing an outside show during COVID, and Carol Montgomery, who's a good friend of
I
mine,
know,
was
Carol.
saying, "Okay, you close the show." And I saw four soft vanilla ice cream trucks. And
Oh
she could have
no.
said, I have cancer, my father just died. And I'd be like, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm like, is this ice cream thing going to be open when we leave? I mean, it's that bad. I'm like, this is worse than alcohol. I mean, it's up there with alcohol in terms of addictive substances.
Yeah, yeah.
Watching, I just recently binge watched my brilliant friend. My friend said, just please watch one episode. It's so good. When
Oh yeah.
I just watch one episode, it's so good. You just as well say, why don't you just try heroin, see if you like it? I don't I don't just like watch one episode. I'm like, okay, I'll watch another. I'll watch another. I'll watch
Yeah.
another. Well, I'm cat sitting. I'm not doing, you know what? Okay, so I get 2 hours sleep. I'll be fine. I'll just have a cup of coffee.
Right,
Like I
right.
keep, and it was in Italian subtitles. I was thinking Italian. I was like, why are you watching so much of TV? You gotta get away from the TV. I slap your face. And she's so good at the social media. She's so good at posting. I'm like, Stacey, I don't even know how to put up an Instagram. I don't know how to do it. Everybody's got like, you gotta like have algorithms. You need to like do a post. Matter of fact, it could be like you can cry. You could talk about being suicidal, and you'll get
You
followers.
get
I'm like,
views. You get
and it's like,
views.
you could. How about you do one talking to your cat? How about you do one acting like you're doing yoga? It can be like just a New York minute, and I'm actually no one has any attention, so make it a New York 20 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Just and I just haven't gotten to that. And everyone I talk to, it's like, well, you got to have a podcast. You have a podcast? I'm like, no, I barely do people's podcasts.
Right. No, I know.
Not
Right.
Mark Maron. I did
Mark
the one
Maron. I'm sorry, Mark
when I had
Maron.
laryngitis. The worst thing that could have happened. I was on the show for 2 hours talking about my life with laryngitis. I sounded like Kathleen Turner. It was like, yeah, no, and then my dad gave me the LSD. I'm like, how could this be? The one, it's like, and then I was thinking of Louise Hay. Sometimes you don't feel heard, so you get laryngitis. Sometimes you speak too much, so you get laryngitis. I'm like, why did I get laryngitis on one of the most important podcasts when he has a viewership of 6 million people? That's the day I had to get friggin'
Yeah,
laryngitis.
you're healthy as hell with this little dog and pony
Oh
act.
yeah, no problem.
When people are offended, you that tends to trip your trigger a little bit.
Oh, when I hear the ooh, I'm like, why? Why? I did a joke about dating a German guy, and I actually combined actually dating an Irish guy. I put the two together, to
Right.
protect guilty. And this really, I was living with, I wasn't living with, he's my boyfriend, and he used to fart. I'd be having my bagel, and he would just fart. I'm like, Joe. do you mind? I'm losing my appetite. And he's like, well, you want to lose weight anyway. I'm like, I don't want to lose weight by smelling your fart, not enjoying my bagel.
Hey,
Uh,
was he the
you,
was he the,
and
was he the German guy? Did you date a
oh no,
German guy for
I
a
made
while?
him German. I made him the German guy. I took Joe, the real life,
Okay, you turned
and
him
I
into.
made it the German guy who was actually German American, but I made him
Okay,
German, because
right,
so Joe, I said, and here was the kitchen, and the
right,
bathroom was
right.
right next door. And he's like, you know what? You're shaming me, Vanessa. I come from a family of farters. And I'm like, well, I don't. It's really rude. So when I did the German thing, I'm
Right.
talking about my German boyfriend, and I said, so all he does is fart all the time. And I'm like, can you go into the bathroom and do that? He's like, no. I said, you're farting. It's really disgusting. He's like, I am German, and you are shaming me. I come from a family of farters. And I'm like, well, I come from a family of alcoholics. We go into the bathroom and drink. And then he says, I am German and I have gas. And I'm like, I don't like to hear German and gas in one sentence.
Yeah, right, right,
I get
right.
a, then I get a ooh. I'm like an ooh. A war 80 years ago. You're oohing?
Yeah.
Really? So that, and then when people get offended, I had to change a joke. I said, I'm so bad with technology. I'm in the process of adopting an Indian kid so I could figure out how to work my cell phone.
Right.
And I shut it down. Of course, it had to be like some young girl from California. And I'm like, we it's like when people get easily offended, what they're saying is we're muzzling ourselves. We haven't lost freedom of speech because we're muzzling our own freedom of speech. We see things as they are. We don't want to offend anybody, so we don't say it. Like, if there's a person of color at a cash register talking on her phone all the time, talk black girl on the phone, huge long line, be a bunch of white people, maybe hopefully a black woman, and you're on the line. I'm like, and she's like, yeah, no, I'm like, what the fuck is, and I'm thinking, what the, and I want to say, do you mind? There's a whole bunch of people. We say nothing, white
Yeah.
privilege. And I keep hoping there's a black woman out and go, you ain't at home talking to, you ain't at home. Get off the damn phone. Can't you see there's a goddamn line? I'm like, why? That's what I want. Can I say this? No. Is it the
No,
truth? Absolutely.
Vanessa, you're talking to a guy that got fired for telling jokes. I've been kicked off Facebook 9 times in 1 year. I got kicked off YouTube for 3 days. Then I got kicked off for a week. My brother came and checked on me because the only way he knows that I'm okay, he said, I didn't see any posts for like a week. I thought you were dead.
Right. Right. It's
But
just gotten to a point with the cancel culture. And then what upsets me is a comedian, like I was thinking of the Kevin Hart thing when he was supposed to host the Oscars, and
yeah,
they
yeah,
found a joke from like 16 years, and
yeah.
it could, like, during that time, and during way before, with the
I
Archie
know, I know.
Bunkers and the and Eddie Murphy and Don
Yeah,
Rickles,
yeah.
it was perfectly okay. No one got offended and took it the wrong way. But you see, the thing, people get offended when you're doing, it's like no one forced you to go to a comedy show.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
used to be they didn't try and destroy your career. They'd say, you know what? She's not my cup of tea. He's not my cup of tea. I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm not,
Yeah.
that's all that would happen. Now they troll you, they try and destroy you, they want to cut you, destroy your livelihood, destroy you, the way you protect your family. Now, these same people, you look at your iPhone, right? Your iPhone, it's made by factory workers in Shenzhen they work hours a day. They can't even, by the time they're 24, their fingers are all mangled because they make the same thing. They have nets set up so that they don't commit
Oh, good
suicide.
Lord.
No one has a problem with that. No one
Right.
gets offended or even questions that. So this is the hypocrisy that makes me physically ill.